Hello everyone, welcome to our inaugural race for Season 12 of Challenger League. And we'll be getting right away started with our sprint qualifying. It might be the last time we do this format. We do have a few things trialed for upcoming races, but it is a single lap now to set the grid for our sprint race here in Hockenheim. For the German Sepree, welcome along for the ride, and for a brand new season we've got a few brand new drivers here. We've got little one filling in for Tomatoes in the PRO. We've got the two Luso Britannica races, and it looks like 6Y will lead us off for the first race of this new outfit, and it is a first pole position. Pumpkin alongside, just 1/10 behind for the Nordic Blizzards. Good start for him. Markener in P3 for the New Look VPT team. Then it's fourth, Matimar, who was second last season, be starting in fourth with Team Riker Auto. Himpo in fifth, followed by Jaruni, returning driver, former champion of Challenger League, of course, coming back to the fold here, starting P6th. Urist in P7, actually tied, three-way tie for P5 actually between Himpo, Jaruni and Urist. Skip, long-time commentator, now filling in, driving independently this time around, P8 for him. Mr. Bubbles in P9 for Mazda Motorsport in their first outing as well, hoping to maybe improve that in the race. Bunyo, it's James, also filling in for Ethan, I believe, is the absentee in his place. Heritage Performance. Priya will start in P11 for the Bobcats. Rusky in 12th, followed by Rams, returning after a few seasons of absence for the VEOs. Saucy in 14th, and it's Emery. Little One filling in for Tomatoes at HRT, and it's Nickel 09 in 17th. Figueroa with a shocking lap there in 18th, and Experial rounding the grid in P19. Also a newcomer to this league. So a lot of fresh faces, a lot of old veterans returning, and it'll all add up to an interesting first race here in Hockenheim. Just waiting on a few drivers to ready up, and we'll get underway with our sprint race. It will be 14 laps in the wet here. Full rain underway. 6Y leads us off. It's 5 red lights and away we go. 6Y gets a good start. Pumpkin, Markener, everyone's going tight into turn 1. It's turn 2. Big dive here at the back, but 6Y still holding on to the lead. Matimar's jumped a few drivers into P2 as they head into the hairpin for the first time. Markener's got a great line, and it turns into a few overtakes for him. Priya finds a way off the road. He's going to lose a lot of positions there. Matimar and 6Y holding on to the front two. Markener in third. Pumpkin, then Jaruni, Himpo getting through there. There's a bit of trouble here as we enter the stadium section for the first time. Further back as well, more trouble there for Figueroa and Emery. But it is 6Y Matimar running away here. Markener already a full second behind those two drivers in third. Pumpkin and Hippo diving down the hairpin together. Jaruni might be able to get a better exit though. He is going to look into it. Oh my god, big shove there between Saucy and Skip as well. Jaruni and Hippo go wide. Jaruni will hold on to P5 though. It's Skip and Saucy through the stadium section. Might get a little snap there from the independent driver. Rams going through. Hippo and Urus behind them as well, trying to make some momentum happen for them. But it is 6Y and Matty still in the lead here. And 6Y hoping to break away now. He looks to have gotten out of the slipstream and taken the fastest lap as well. Markener holding off Pumpkin and Saucy in P3. Maybe a little bit of a shove there. Saucy trying to get his elbows dirty here as he makes a move. Gets a good exit, actually takes a fast lap, but hits the grass right after, and actually hits the grass entering turn 2. It lets Rams through, and Jaruni gets stuck there. Himpo and Skip now fighting for P8. Skip tries to get a decent line there to make a move. He's got a better exit though, and he makes the move on the outside there. It becomes the inside after that switchback. Skip through into P8. Urus now in 10th, getting challenged by Bunyo, it's James. He's got the inside line, but Urus will hold tight for now. Nickel 09 and Rusky behind them. It's Priya in 14th. Figueroa not being able to make too many moves here, but no, makes a move right there into turn 2, and Bubbles will follow through. He didn't have a great start here either in P15 as it is, or become P16 as a little more trouble enters those two at the hairpin there, and at the very back Emery, and then it's Axperion Little One, disaster for the HRT team, who are bottom 2 as we get underway with halfway through lap 6, the leaders here. Matimar has actually gotten past 6Y. I seem to miss that one, but Matimar now in the lead of the race. 6Y might have made a few mistakes of his own. And it's, yeah, looking good for the Riker Auto driver who wants to make amends, falling just short of the title last season. There's a big incident there. I think Skip, Pump, and Dumarkina were all involved there at the stadium section there. It was just in the corner of the screen. I wasn't too sure if we caught most of that. Urist has also fallen down to 11th. But at the front, it's 6Y and Matty. Another lead change here, now that I've got my eyes off them. 6Y looks to have a bit more control of the grip now. He's slowly backed away from Matimar. It's a gap of 7/10 between the two on the last lap. Now the onus is on 6Y to keep it clean and ensure that Matimar doesn't get any closer. Onto P2 though, Himpo looking like a great result for his, I believe it is first race for the VEOs. If not his first race, and definitely one of the first. He's looking to run away in P3 now. Jaruni holding on to P4. He's running away from Saucy, Skip, and Rams between 5th and 7th here. Still nice to see a tight pack this far into the race so far. Figueroa has taken the fast side of the race and he's charging through the field. He's chasing down Dumarkina, who is sitting in P8 now, but he's made a bit of an error on the hairpin. And Pumpkin is now chasing him. He's made a bit of a falter. He started in P2 this race. He's just unable to really exert himself in the opening laps and fallen away quite quickly. Bubbles in 11th, and it's Spanios James Urist fighting away. It's Spanios James has got the inside line. Urist goes through though with the overspeed. Priya is also trying to follow his teammate alongside, and it looks like Priya's gotten through. Nice one. Little One in 15th now. Nickel behind him, then it's Rusky, Xperio, and Emery. Let's go back to the lead because 6Y has made a massive mistake actually. He was quite a ways ahead, and Matimar is right back into the lead of the race with 4 laps to go. 6Y I think hit the pit wall. We weren't quite documenting that, but it's definitely happened here. 6Y losing a lot of speed on the start-finish straight, and now it's side by side between Matimar and 6Y. And 6Y looks to have got the inside into that corner. They head into the stadium together. 6Y's got the inside. He's going to open up the corner for himself. Matimar touches some grass there, and it loses some time. 6Y holding onto the lead with 3 laps remaining. It is tight between them. Himpo looks to have run away in P3. Jaruni still in 4th ahead of Skip, who is showing his class here, but gets flustered off the side by Rams, and Figueroa right through as well. It's a 5-way fight for P5 here. Saucy and Rams goes wide there, trying to fight away with Saucy, who's holding on to 5th place at the moment. Skip finds the grass as well. Figueroa through to P6 after starting at the very back of the field. He's trying to make the move against Saucy here, but actually, we should go back to the leaders because the gap is just loosened up a tiny bit. 6Y holding on to it. Still very tight between some of the drivers in the mid-pack though. But it's looking like 6Y might be able to take this all the way. He's making a few errors there that will give Matimar the chance to pounce here as they enter the final lap of the race. With a gap of just under 1 full second. 6Y getting through turn 2 and turn 3 here. The gap is about 9.7. Matimar making a few hundredths of an improvement there. He's getting closer, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. 6Y will have to make a big error to really have this open up for him. For Matimar, sorry. The Latvian enters the last few corners. He makes a few errors, but it doesn't matter. He will take the sprint race. Matimar finishes in 2nd. Himpo in 3rd. Tight clearly. Jaruni will take 4th on his return to the league. Figueroa with a charging drive into P5. Then it's Dumarkina and Rams. Rams just denied there. Bubbles actually gets P8 there ahead of Saucy, Skip, Pumpkin, and Urist in P12. Then it's Priya in 13th. Bunny, it's James, then it's Nickel and Rusky. With Axpero and Emery riding to the very end, there was a bunch of groups across the field to the very line Love to see that, of course. 6Y, though, will take the win, and the fastest lap will actually go to Figueroa. What a charge! Starting from, I believe, P17 on the grid to finish in 5th. Didn't have a great start either, so that was all pure pace from the Portuguese-Japanese driver there. But it is 6Y, Matimar, and Himpo starting off the season with 3 teams on the podium. And the top 4 with 4 different teams is Jaruni. Jaruni actually doubles up with the Lusa Britannica Racing. A great start to their existence in CL with a 1-4. Figueroa in 5th, as said earlier. Then it's Stu Markiner with a pretty underrated drive to P6. Strong, held on to the pace he had for most of that. Rams just denied of P6, who will finish in 7th. Bubbles actually got a bunch of positions at the tail end of the race. He was sitting in 11th for quite a while, but he jumped up to P8 ahead of Saucy and Skip, who rounds our top 10. Pumpkin in P11, then it's Eurus and Priya, the Bobcats, 12th and 13th. Bunny James in 14th, then 15th goes the Little One in the HRT. Nicolo 9, 16th place, then it's Rusky and Axperial pipping Emery to second to last for our race. What a brilliant sprint race that was. Really happy with how that went. I was expecting a lot more turmoil than what actually played out, but we did have battles across the field, and we already have our eyes set on a few drivers as we head into the feature qualifying in just a few moments' time. And we are back for our feature race qualifying. Well, we saw a bunch of things happen in that first race here. It looks like a few drivers won't be able to get a good start for their first lap in qualifying here. It's really important you get a good start to the lap, because if you don't start on max speed, or as much speed as you can, it's really going to be a problem for you in terms of just getting a solid lap onto the board. Following Figueroa, who was the standout of the sprint race, and they put through the best time of the day so far at 26.5, beating out Matimar by 12 hundredths. Rams in P3, which is a good sight to see. Bubbles in 4th, then it's 6Y and Jaruni. So 5 drivers now have passed that 27-second barrier. We'll be expecting a lot more improvements to come as we round the corner, finishing our second lap here, and 6Y has taken the provisional pole by 2 hundredths here. Figueroa just pipped there. A 26.5 flat will be the time to beat on our final runs here at the Hockenheimring. Jaruni improves to P4, I believe, and then Rams and Bubbles drop down to 5th and 6th. See if anyone else can improve past that point here. Let's see if Skip can improve. Skip does improve up to P5, but it looks like the top 4 will stay as is. Jaruni tying Matimar's time. But that is all she wrote. 6Y will start on pole for the feature race for the German C Prix. Figueroa alongside. Much improved qualifying from him. Just 200ths back from pole. Jaruni and Matimar tying for P3. So we'll have to see how that gets decided by the game, though. 2 Riker Autos and 2 Luso Britannica Racing cars in the top 4. We can already see a fierce title fight for the constructors brewing up as we speak. Skip will start in P5, replacing Dumarkiner, I believe, or will Dumarkiner stay in that VPT for the feature race? I'm not too sure. Rams will start in P6th. Good result for him. Pumpkin in 7th, and it's Bubbles in 8th with a solid qualifying. Bonios, James, and Emery will round out the top 10. The order, I'm not too sure. They have tied at a 26.92. Another tie between 11th and 12th was Dumarkiner and Saucy. And then it's Priya in P13 all alone. Himpo in P14. And it's Rusky, Little One, and Axperial 16th and 17th. And then the back row will be Nicolo 9 and Eurus. The whole grid separated by 9 tenths. And that barrier we were talking about earlier in JL and also in the qualifying this way. 12 drivers breaking through the 27-second barrier. And 6Y and Figueroa class of the field. We'll have to see how the start goes for them and what strategies they will employ. We've got, I believe, 36 laps of dry running to entertain us for this evening. And here we are to the grid. Will anyone try a different tyre? 36 laps await our competitors today. 5 red lights are out and we're underway. It's Luso Britannica, Riker, Luso Britannica into the first 2 corners. We find a lot of trouble with Giruni, but it is Figueroa making the move on 6Y, and he's through after the hairpin. He takes the lead of the race. 6Y and Matima coming together, and it's let Figueroa through into the lead. Pumpkin finding a way through. Skip finding some trouble there. As we enter the stadium for the first time, Bubbles gets through, and it's a big pack finding a lot of trouble. Rams hits the wall there, and I think there was a slowed up by Saucy. Everyone going wide into turn 1 there. Priya finding some trouble. It's Little One actually with the fastest lap of the first lap, but it's Figueroa, 6Y, and Matimar are top 3 at the moment. And Giruni is getting caught by Mr. Bubbles at the moment. He finds trouble in that corner. Giruni through into P4 though. Bubbles and Skip still trying to make chase on those soft tyres. Pumpkin is the first runner on a different tyre. The mediums for his start in P6. He's really trying to challenge these soft runners in front of him. Saucy and Dumarkin are also charging through into the hairpin. Then it is Rusky behind in P10. Himpo in 11th. A Little One also on the mediums. Big shove there from Priya, Emery, and Rams there. All 3 of them not running the soft tyres. So Priya actually on the hards. Only the Bobcats actually are on the hards. Priya and Urist, who are running 14th and 18th at the moment. So we'll be hoping to make moves with a long first stint. Emery in P15, followed by Nickel, Axperio, and Urist. Followed by Bonio, it's James at the very back, who hasn't made the greatest of starts. 6Y, well clear of Figueroa and Matimar. The 2 Reich Autos will need to team up to catch them. Dumarkiners find a lot of gravel there and is fallen quite a ways away. It's a real battle for P4 at the moment. Saucy and Pumpkin fighting away. Giruni has really gotten caught up with this and really hurt his chances of finishing any higher today. Dumarkin and Rusky, both Velocity Power Team drivers, finding issues getting past Himpo. Himpo trying to make a move past Skip. Oh, a little bit of a shove there from Dumarkiner. Himpo doesn't hit the grass, stays on track. And Skip really struggling here. It's let the drivers behind have a chance here. Skip's got the inside. Dumarkiner might have a bit more speed, but Skip has got the slipstream from Pumpkin in front. And more problems there for Saucy and Giruni. It's really hampering both drivers' abilities to get away from this big pack here in the middle. Little One, Bubbles, and Rams are also slowly creeping onto this group though, so if they can team up, they might be able to get through, but Bubbles finds some grass. Little One's caught up to Himpo now, and those mediums are going to start looking really favourable compared to the softs of Moses. Grab Himpo! Just shot wide into the grass there at the exit of turn 3, and he's lost a bunch of positions. Priya now challenging him on those hard tyres. Let's head back to the leaders, because 6Y is absolutely running away with it. 3-second gap between him and Matimar. Figueroa finding real trouble here to keep up with that pace. 6Y has also taken the fastest lap of the race with us, 26.43. It's great to see him on his feet there. Priya is actually left. No, you'd hate to see that, especially with the strategy that she was going on. You could have really seen something blossom there, but it is our first retirement of the race here, only on lap 8. And Figueroa is the first to pit onto off the softs onto another set of softs at the end of lap 8, so he'll be getting the undercut on both his teammate as well as 6Y. Saucy and Dumarkiner onto the medium tyres, and I believe someone else, Bubbles, was on to the softs as well. A few more drivers at the back as well pitting, as 6Y is looking to pit now after 9 laps of soft tyres. He is in, and Matimar will be joining him into the pit lane. We'll see where Figueroa comes out. He is ahead of his teammate, but he is behind Pumpkin, who is on the mediums and has not pitted. So he'll be the highest running driver on a alternate strategy. Figueroa on the softs. Matimar is pitted for the hard tyres. That is an interesting choice there We have to see how that plays out. Little One is now in P5, still on those medium tyres, and Urus now in 6th on the hards. Jaruni on those fresh softs in P7, trying to fight away with Rusky, who's on fresh mediums. Saucy as well on fresh mediums. We're hoping to do something different, maybe go a little bit longer than Jaruni will be going on this stint now. But have to deal with Urus, who is on those old hard tyres, and Pumpkin as well, who's just pitted onto fresh mediums now. Jaruni finding some trouble with Urus. Urus makes a huge dive there, just doesn't have the grip to hold onto the track. And Rusky's fallen away due to that. Urus is really finding the pace on the hards troubling, and everyone in front of him is just getting past. No! It's 2 hits on the pit wall. Saucy followed by Urus. Back to back there. We saw that in 40k right there. And Urus falling away hugely due to that incident. Saucy as well has lost a bunch of time. That's going to really hurt their chances of a decent result now. 6Y really building the gap now. He's actually put in another new fastest lap of the race, a 0.37. And it'll be nearly a full second ahead of what Figo was able to do the last lap. So the gap is only increasing from here to around 5 seconds now. 6Y is really showing dominance here in the feature race. Be hoping for that coveted race double. Matimar in P3 on those hard tyres will be opting for a different strategy here. Might be able to keep him safe from everyone behind him, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to chase down 6Y or Figo, especially with how the hards have been performing as of late. Urus on the hards earlier has pitted onto another set of hards. He's running in P16, and he was the only other driver who started on the hard tyres, I believe, because Priya did a DNF earlier. 6Y actually just coming into lap these drivers now at the back end of the field. Emery and Axperial getting through on Urus on the medium tyres. Significantly more worn medium, sorry. Going to go back to Figo, who's running his own race now. He's a collective 8 seconds away from any driver, either in front or behind him. Matimar is still running on those hard tyres, but Jaruni is actually catching him quite nicely. This will be looking really nicely for the Luso Britannica driver here. The Belarusian hoping to maybe get back onto the podium after just missing out in the sprint race. And maybe the undercut on Matimar might be the play to do so. Pumpkin now running in P5 on his own on the medium tyres. Again, a different strategy to everyone else. Figueroa actually onto the medium tyres, making that stop on lap 16. So 2 stints of 8 lap softs onto the mediums now for Figueroa. We'll be hoping to try something different. Himpo also into the pits now. We'll be going onto a 3rd set of soft tyres. Bubbles in as well. Heading back to the mid-pack now. Get to Rusky, who's running well on the mediums. Rams on the mediums as well. Both pitted on the same lap. Skip on the soft tyres will be looking to pit within the next 2 or 1 lap. Dumarkina behind them also needs to pit relatively soon, and so will Little One, though Little One's tyres are a lot fresher than everyone around him. Dumarkina finding some trouble there on the penultimate corner. Himpo and Saucy behind them on fresh sets of tyres. Himpo's on fresh sets of tyres, Saucy is not, and has really fallen away after that incident hitting the pit wall earlier. Himpo will be hoping to make more moves here. Jaruni in from P4 onto the soft tyres now. Once again, lets Pumpkin ear through into P4. And Rams is actually going to follow into the pit lane as well. Figueroa now hoping to guide Matimar through. If they can't catch 6Y, they can at least guarantee a 2-3. And this is what Figo is doing, hopefully, towing his teammate along to avoid any chance of Jaruni making a charge at Matimar here. Pumpkin is still a factor as well. He will have to pit relatively soon. He's running just a single lap here, 20 laps. So I believe a 10-10 on mediums, perhaps hoping for a 3-stop with another stint on mediums into a soft run to the end. Rusky running in P6 after a stop. Himpo with that undercut has closed up the gap to him, but not close enough to make a move just yet. He does have the ever so important slipstream. As I head through the last few corners, Himpo finds a bit of grass, Rusky hits the wall, and both drivers have slowed down considerably. It lets Rams through, who's made a decent charge towards the upper midfield. He's on fresher tyres than those two in front of him. Bubbles as well. He's trying to make a run on those soft tyres. We'll have to pit relatively soon. Dumarkin and Skip fighting away. Both drivers having pit at the same time. Dumarkin making a mess of that tight left-hander. Skip's going to try to make a move here. He doesn't have the exit speed to really make that stick though. Dumarkin will hold on to P10 for now. Little One and Urist fighting away. Little One on some fresh medium tyres. Urist still on the hards. I believe he's run those for about 9 laps, so he'll be hoping to stick on those for a little while longer. Perhaps going for a 2-stop, one more stint of hards might be able to get him back into the top 10. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Figuera is still towing his teammate along, and it's working out for a treat. It's really helping Matimar benefit from not having to pit as much as, say, Jaruni, who is now 2 seconds behind him, and closing rapidly. So Matimar will be hoping to maybe go for one more stop on the hard tyres, maybe make it 12 laps to the end. Be hoping for Figueroa's toe to really help him out. Of course, he could also stay out. If he's got the toe still, he can really benefit from it. But Figueroa will also need to pit relatively soon as well. Those mediums can't go too much longer, can they? But it is a race between, definitely a race for second and third, and not a race for first, because 6Y is nearly half a lap ahead of his nearest rival. He has been the class of the field today. The gap is 13.1 seconds at the moment, and there's still 11 laps to go. Figueroa still towing Matimar along, but now Jaruni is getting dangerously close. But Jaruni's tyres are slowly fading away as well, so maybe he can circumvent this offset here. Matimar in now for his last stop. He goes for mediums. He'll be running the mediums for 11 laps, so we'll have to see if he can hold on to them for the till the very end. Pumpkin goes through into P4 again. The Pumpkin's tyres are significantly more worn, and Matimar will hoping the Pumpkin doesn't hold him up. He wants to make a move on here. Matimar is through on Pumpkin into P4. Jaruni is rounding the final 2 corners. He's staying out. He's going for another lap. He'll be hoping to stay on the softs for his last stint, and hopefully that can be the difference maker in his fight, though the overcut might be difficult to fight back. The undercut between Matimar and Figo, and Matimar does have that slipstream from Figueroa, who does have fresher medium tyres, so you could be hoping the Riker Autos will team together to make this a 2-3, and the Lusa Botanica racer all on his own now is Jaruni, who is heading into the pit lane onto soft tyres to run for 9 laps here. The gap is 2.4 seconds between 4th and 5th, but Pumpkin has also got a shot at making a difference here, because Matimar is actually out of the slipstream range for the time being. That could be catastrophic come the end of the race, because you've got a charging soft tyres running Jaruni, who will not hold back. He wants that podium desperately. You can feel it by the way he's driving. He's tightened up recently. He's really making those moves stick. He's 2.31 seconds back now, and Jaruni is going to make inroads on Matimar even further. Figueroa has slowed down to give Mati a bit of slipstream now. So the Rikers again working together to try and offset that tyre differential, but Jaruni is charging right back at them quite quickly. The last lap between Matimar and Figo, Mati's slower than Jaruni by over 1 second. It's a gap of 1.25 actually. So Jaruni's pace is surely being unleashed now. The Lusa Botanica car is looking mighty quick around these tight corners at the Hungara-ring, and it's inching closer and closer towards them. A lot more representative lap times from the Riker Autos this lap, but it's giving Jaruni inch by inch. By next lap, he should have the slipstream. Let's go back to Pumpkin, who's running in P5, Himpo in 6th, and it's Rams in 7th, so the VEO's running in a decent mid position. Rusky in 8th place, that's Bubbles and Skip in P10. Independent driver for today. Markin in 11th, trying to fight off with Little One, who is just on fresh soft tyres, but he's made a big error there. And Saucy will get through. Oh dear! We've got the race closed. What's happened? Hello guys, so you saw the absolute chaos that was the end of the feature race. So we ended up having a red flag, we had a connection error through the server, and so we did pass 75% race distance. So the results at the end of the last completed lap were the final results. So that 0.6Y comfortably takes the win. Figueroa and Matimar will hold on to P2 and P3 to make it a double podium for Rack Auto. Jaruni, denied by the red flag unfortunately, will finish in P4. Then it's Pumpkin in 5th. Himpo and Rams will finish 6th and 7th. Rusky will finish in 8th, and then Bubbles and Skip round out the top 10. Little One will finish in P11th, good result for him. Then Stu Markiner, Urist, Saucy, Bunnewitz James, Emery, Axe Periel, and Nikke as 18th, with Priya, our sole DNF from the race. So, unfortunate timing through the red flag. I knew some drivers just made stops for soft tyres, but sometimes that happens, and that's the way it goes. But that is all for this round of Challenger League, and it's been an explosive opener to the season. We've got 2 clear title rivals in the constructors, but in the drivers it is all 6Y all the way after this round in Hockenheim. We'll see you next week for the Finnish C-Prix at a returning track from 1 year ago. It is the Hockenheimring, and we'll be back then. See you.